Hi, I'm Eileen Troberman, and I'm going to talk to you about how to sit at the piano. When you're sitting at the piano, notice where your weight is on the bottom of your hip bones. Is it back here at the back part of your hip bones? Or is it towards the front part of your hip bones, which is close to being underneath that crease in the front of your thigh where your hip and your thigh come together? So to get your weight, if it's back here at the back of your hip bones, or even more pressure on the bottom of your spine if your spine's tucked under here, to get your weight forward, instead of just changing it here right away, what you can do is actually get your body to just spring up and go forward by letting your head on top of your spine where that comes together right around between your ears, by letting that have a little freedom so your head, like the engine on a train, leads your body into length as you're going forward and letting the weight come to the bottom front of your hip bones. So let's do that again. Go back to slumping a little bit, sitting back on your hip bones. Now if you play like this, you're going to lose a lot of the power that you would have in your body going along with your arms, and you're going to end up doing a lot more work in your arms, losing some articulation and freedom of movement of your fingers. So instead, we're going to change where your weight sits on your hip bones by changing the way your head leads your body. Instead of compressing into your body this way, your head at that top joint right around your ears is going to go a little bit, slightly, almost in a little bit of a nod of your nose forward. It's going to lead your body upwards in a way that your whole body follows that, and that takes you forward on the front of your hip bones. Now, this isn't something that you need to do with muscles. This is actually something that would happen if you left your body free and you just released this compression. You wouldn't actually just fall over onto the floor. That's if you relax and shut off your muscle tone. But if you actually just release pressing down, but people often don't realize they're actually tightening their muscles to press down like this. But if you release that, what would happen naturally is that your head would lead a little away from your spine would follow it, and buoyantly that would take you up from your hip bones. So to show you that on a skeleton, so you can see what I mean, I have my assistant Fred here. So with Fred, if Fred is sitting like this, balanced easily on his hip bones, that's great. But if his neck tightened so that his head pressed like the engine on the train, but it started backing up into all the other cars and pressing those cars down. We do this a lot, and we don't feel it's our neck tightening and our head pressing in our body that's causing this. We feel it in the rest of our body, but not so much up here. But it often is caused by a tightening of your neck. So actually, if Fred releases his neck in a way that his head just pops right up, that just takes him forward on the front of his hip bones. So you see here I was pressing him down. No, I don't need to pull him up. All I need to do is stop pressing him down like this. So if I stop pressing him down, his posture and movement improves instantly. And then his body is really free to go along with the movement of his hands. So for us, if you're sitting and you find yourself pressing down like this, again, that's going to mean much more work in your shoulders, much more effort to change direction in your hands, and you don't have the power you would have with the musculature coordinating in your body with your hands. So here, we're going to just start by releasing your neck in a way that your head leads your whole body into length. So again, it's just an undoing. You're just going to think, well, maybe I'm pressing myself down here. I release that, and you let your body follow all the way from the very bottom of the hip bones. Then when you go to play, your whole body will respond to whatever you're doing with your hands, and you'll get so much power in your arms that comes from the coordination of the musculature in your body, and so much freedom at the same time to move anywhere, any speed that you like.